Hi, my name is Devin Strur, advisor at Washtenaw Community College. In this video, I'm going to show you how to access our new enhanced student registration system. To access the registration system, you'll simply select the WCC Gateway and then click on the Student Dashboard. You'll then scroll down and you'll see 6 different tiles on your student dashboard, and you'll select the My WCC tile. Once you're in the My WCC tile, underneath the Student Services tab, you can select New Student Services Dashboard. You'll then be prompted to agree to the tuition terms, which you'll need to do once a semester. Once you agree, you'll then land on the Student Services Dashboard. You'll see various headers for registration and planning, information on financial aid, general student information and WCC information, like how to access and sign up for our WCC alert system, and your account information. For the purpose of this video, we're going to discuss further your registration and planning section. You'll see various links listed below, starting with registration, your student profile, which will discuss your new student information section where you can view your specific WCC information, your course prerequisite check and override system, which I'll refer to later in the video, a registration how-to guide section that has a listing of different videos explaining more complex or discussing further information on how to register, and a hold section, which is important to view before registering each semester to make sure that you can register for classes. So we're going to select the registration information section. Now, when you're on the registration landing page, you'll see various links for preparing for registration, browsing classes, viewing further registration information, and the ability to register for classes here. When we select Register for Classes, you'll see a drop-down menu that shows you the different semesters or terms at WCC. If you're not familiar, we offer classes in winter, spring, summer, and fall semesters. And you'll see the start date and end date for each semester. So we're going to choose fall semester for this example. Once you choose your semester, you'll then see the search page, where we can enter in different search criteria to find our classes. You can put in subject or course numbers, keywords, parts of semester, which include early ending, full semester classes, and late start classes. You can indicate 1, 2, or all 3 of them in your search. And also types of classes. WCC offers blended courses, which offer both online instruction from the convenience of your house, as well as on-campus instruction. You also have in-person, on-campus courses, mixed mode courses, which offer online coursework with your labs on campus, fully online asynchronous classes, which means the courses can be accessed anytime throughout the week at your convenience from home, and virtual classes, which are offered during specific days and times through Zoom from the convenience of your household. Now, if you're looking for further information about courses, we have an advanced search section, which allows you to look up specific instructors and days and times that fit your schedule. So let's give you an example of how to search. we will type in Math 176, College Algebra. You'll then choose the course and select Search. And it will bring up for you a chart of information that lists all the various courses that you're searching for. Now, this chart allows you to manipulate the lines of information so that you can expand or shrink down the information to make it more viewable for you. So you'll see the title of the course, the subject description, the section number, the number of credit hours of the course, and then the course registration number. If you're more comfortable searching and registering using a course registration number, you can gather that number, go to the Enter CRN section, input that unique 5-digit number, and then click Add to Summary. However, I'd like to further explain for you how to search using the chart. So underneath the instructor information, if it's left blank, we do not currently know the instructor. And for now, we can shrink the section down, and you'll see the meeting times section here. Now, this section is very important, so I'm going to try to expand this out as far as I can and spend some time discussing the information that you'll see here. So underneath the meeting times section, you'll notice the days and times that the class is offered. You'll see the specific room location and the start date and end date of the course. Now, it's very important that you make note of the start and end dates. As I mentioned before, we have some classes that start late that also end early. So it's important that you're paying attention to the start and end dates that you're registering for. Now, you'll also see over here the status of the course. With the status of the course, you'll see the remaining open and available seats so that we know whether or not you're able to sign up for the class. Now, let's say in this example that we'd like to register for a course that meets Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 11:55. We then click the Add button, and that course is added to this new summary section that appears, as you can see below. And we also have a schedule that has appeared. To view both of these boxes a little easier, we can go to this new center navigation system, click the up arrow, and that will move both of these panels up so that you can see College Algebra is now here on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. until 11:55. Now it's grayed out, which means it hasn't yet been registered for, and the status says pending. So what we need to do now is indicate that yes, we'd like to web register and then choose submit. And then you'll see the status is registered in green. And if we move these panels up, you'll see that that course is now green and has been added to the schedule. So now let's look up another course. We can select search again. We'll close out the old class and now type in COM 101, which is Communication 101, Fundamentals of Speaking. We select search, and you will see here that the courses have now come up on our schedule. So it's possible then that you could be searching for a class and not pay attention to the time. And so it's possible for you to try to choose a class that's during the same time that you're already taking the other course. So if we can move this field down and move it down a little further, let's say we try to add a course during a time that we already have a class on accident. You click Add, and as the course comes up, you'll see that there is an overlap of time for this class. And when we try to hit Submit, it says Error Preventing Registration. And up at the top, you'll notice a time conflict as an error message. So that means that we need to choose a section that is offered during a different time. So we'll choose a Monday, Wednesday class instead. And when we click Submit, it then will register us for that new class. And when we click to expand, you'll see that that course has now been added in a different color, making it easy to view on our schedule. Now I'm going to give you another example of a course registration issue that you might encounter. And that is when we try to register for English 226, Composition 2. So in trying to register for this class, we choose the morning section, we click Submit, and you'll see that we have a new error message that pops up, and it indicates prerequisite and test score error. And that before taking English 226, you must take English 111 with a minimum grade of a C. If you feel that you meet the prerequisite requirements through either prior coursework at WCC or another institution or work experience, you may submit a program or a prerequisite check and override request through the registration menu on your Student Services dashboard. So you can make sure to go back and have that resolved later, but for now, we're going to try to search for the prerequisite course that we should have taken in the first place, and that's English 111. So in choosing that class, you'll see that with this course, you only have 10 different 10 different options on the page. Now this is a very popular class that has many different offerings. So we're going to choose to display 50 classes per page. And as you scroll down, you'll be able to choose the specific section that works for you. Now, one thing that you'll notice in this middle section here is the class locations sometimes are not available and the days and times are not listed. And those are for some of our online course offerings. So we can also choose to add that course. And if you're curious to have more information about a course, including the prereqs listed, you can simply click on the course title and it will give you further class details, including links to the bookstore and information about how to find your books. You'll also see the prerequisite requirements for each class and any fees that might be attached to the course. So in this example, we'll try to register for an evening Thursday class and have that added to our schedule. And you can further see our schedule is now completed with that evening class listed below. Now, if you'd like to view your schedule, you can click on Schedule and Options, and this will give you a final summary of everything that you have registered for. You'll also be able to select the Print button and print out your schedule. And a great new feature is this email button that allows you to change the subject and then put in your email and anyone else's email that you'd like to send it to. Finally, I'd just like to discuss that there are some other navigation items up here that can send you back. And to go all the way back, you'll click on the banner icon, banner, and Student Services, which brings you to your My WCC.